Alright, hey, this is Hans, and it's time for the bottom 10 instant noodles of all time, 2020 edition. Alright, so as the name says, these are my absolutely least favorite instant noodles of all time. Yeah, not a good list to be on, but hey, there's always room for improvement, right? So let's get to it. And at number 10, we've got Koyo yet again with their reduced sodium garlic ramen from the United States. This one, it's just so bland and the noodle's funky. I mean, the noodle's got like this kind of doughiness to it, which is good with Hakata noodle, but these are, I don't know, they're really kind of thick and it just seems like they're just not working well in some way, shape, or form. It's like they end up very doughy and it just doesn't seem right. Funky mouthfeel, very low on the flavor scale. Yeah, just don't like it. On the other hand, we've got number 9, which is Bofill Instant Noodles Beef Flavor from Canada. This one, the noodles are, they're kind of not the greatest, but the problem here is that the broth is just beyond salty. And so, whereas the other one was bland, this one's just over the top salty, and it's just too much, It's like, I like some flavor, and I like some saltiness, but I don't like so much saltiness, it just makes me want to retch. So, sorry, Bofill, don't like it. In at number 8, we've got MacDougall with their spicy yuzu yakisoba from Japan. I generally love MacDougall products, however this one, the noodles came out soggy and kind of spongy. 2 hallmarks that I really don't enjoy, and the smell and taste reminded me of like walking by a McDonald's dumpster full of food that's decaying. Putting a salad in a microwave kind of stench, and it's just not my thing, If you like yuzu, maybe this will float your boat, but my boat sunk. In at number 7, we've got One Dish Asia with their Japanese ramen noodle from the United States. This one, the noodles are mush, the vegetables are mush, and it just doesn't taste right. And I remember sampling this one quite a while back. I don't know if it still exists, but if it does, I wish it wouldn't. I mean, it just didn't work for me at all. So, yeah. And at number 6, we've got Yume with their Lazy Noodles Szechuan green pepper variety, and this one hails from China. Man, the noodles in this one themselves weren't so bad, but the flavor, just the sheer amount of green Szechuan pepper. Green Szechuan pepper just has this scent and taste that reminds me of bathrooms, and I just can't take it. Yumai isn't the only one that has put out a green Szechuan pepper product that I've really disliked, but I would say this one was the one I disliked absolutely the most. Yeah, so no. And in at number 5, yet again, we've got 18 prohibited curry ramen, and this one hails from Japan. This one is high up on the top 10 spicy list, that should be said. And if you're looking for something spicy, this is going to blow your head off. But the thing is, first off, this called for 700 mils of water. That's a lot of liquid. And I figured, this is going to say it's all spicy and not be. Come on, but it is. And the problem here too, the serving is gigantic. The noodles, they're not so bad, but the broth tastes like burnt plastic and bitter curry. And it comes together to form just an absolute painful hell in your mouth. Yeah, I don't like it. It really makes me sad. In at number 4, we have Baija with their single noble black bone chicken flavor, and this one is from China. So black bone chicken soup it was verified for me by somebody from Baija. They said that indeed this is something for women who are menstruating. It's more of a medicinal thing, and it's like, hey, medicine doesn't always taste all that great, right? I found it pretty funky and sludgy and gross, and Yeah, I've talked to people from China that have said, yeah, this is not like something you eat for fun. Maybe some people do, but yeah, didn't like this one at all. And this has been on the list, I believe, since its inception. New number 3, we've got Shan with their Bariuma Goboten Udon from Japan. So this one is chock full of something called burdock root. And burdock root, I like it in, there's a Korean food called gimbap. And gimbap is kind of, if you know what a California roll is, it's kind of the same kind of deal. Anyways, burdock root, it's a root. So this one in particular has a very earthy taste to it. And this udon is chock full of it. I mean, as I said time and time again, the whole thing just reminds me of salty worms and dirt. And it's just like, I just don't like worms and dirt, man. I mean, it's just too earthy. It doesn't work right for me. Avoid, unless you are an absolute burdock root psychopath. If you can't get enough of that earthy flavor, this is seriously, you're going to love it. In at number 2, we have Dr. MacDougall's with the Pad Thai rice noodle soup. This is from the United States, and this, you know, anybody putting out a product in the United States that says Pad Thai, most of the time I'm guessing people are going to expect Pad Thai. This is not Pad Thai you would get in a restaurant in the United States. Pad Thai does just mean Thai noodle, but when people think of Pad Thai here, they think of a peanut sauce, maybe some shrimp and some noodles, kind of like a sloppy dish, you know? This is a thin broth with a light amount of flavor, some rice noodles that are broad and thin and just don't seem to really do much. And then you've got these hot chocolate sized pieces of, you know, like in hot chocolate you get the little marshmallows. It has pieces of tofu, and of course this tofu doesn't have any flavor to it, so it's supposed to soak up the flavor, but what flavor this stuff has, it's just not right. And this was number 1 before, so now it's just like, I can't believe it's not number 1. And for the second year in a row, at number 1, we have Simply Asia with their classic Singapore curry noodle. Oh boy, where can I begin? Well, kind of soggy noodles, and this has more of just like a lemongrass and funk flavor to it. One thing that I've found that the United States excels at is making products that have an Asian theme that are as inauthentic as they could possibly be. If I go down to the teriyaki joint downtown, I'm going to get exactly what I expect. Some chicken, some rice, and a teriyaki sauce that's very sweet. Many times I've gone and had something that says teriyaki on it, and it's very acidic. It has a bite to it, like a funky chemical sting. This is that kind of balance. It's like there's curry and then there's this. This is not any kind of curry I've experienced in my life. And it just doesn't taste like curry. It tastes bad, just bad. And I've had a lot of different varieties of Singaporean curry, and this is just offensive to me. I'm sorry, but it's just, I saw it on clearance once at a big domestic grocery store, got it thinking, hey, maybe this will be good. No, run, hide, no. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Hopefully, you never know, maybe one of the companies that makes these will see this and go like, you know, Ramen Raider, you're right, and we're going to make this the best product we possibly can. They'll tell me about it, I'll try it again, and they'll get off this list, because this is a list you really don't want to be on, you know? Especially, there's a lot of companies on here that make products that I really, really do enjoy. But the ones that I just listed, no. And I've reviewed over 3,500 varieties. So, to be in that top 10, that's not a good league to be in, folks. Anyways, this has been Hans the Ramen Raider wishing you enjoyment of your noodles every day. Have a good one. Bye.